Hello, and welcome to another Sutton Group Realty Services webinar. This month, we'll be talking about apps that will save you time. If you could have an extra 2 or 3 hours of your work week to connect with your network and nurture your relationships, imagine what you could do. Think back to your work week so far. Have you been productive every minute of every day? In 2018, the Harvard Business Review found that the average person spends 30% of their work week on low or no value activities. If you work 40 hours per week, that would be 12 hours that you're wasting. 12 hours that you could have spent converting leads into clients. There are countless apps out there that are designed to make your life easier. We have found 5 that are guaranteed to save you time every single week. These apps will assist you with making reminders and appointments, scheduling your social media posts, adding vital paperwork to your mobile devices, and saving passwords. The first app is something that you should already have on your phone, a voice assistant. Android devices will have OK Google and Apple phones will have Siri. Voice assistants are incredibly helpful for adding appointments and setting reminders in your phone. Without a voice assistant, you would have to open your calendar app, find the right date, and fill in the relevant information. With a voice assistant, you can simply say, "Hi Siri, remind me to meet Alex for coffee tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Okay, I added meet Alex for coffee to your reminders for tomorrow at 11 a.m.
And the appointment is saved just like that. We tested this out in the office, and it takes about 30 seconds to create an appointment the old way, but it only takes 3 seconds to use your voice assistant. If you have 5 appointments per week, and you probably have more than that, you're going to save 24 minutes per year just on 5 appointments per week. Here's an example of what the voice assistants look like with both Apple and Android, so you get an idea of what they can do. Keeping with the theme of appointments, the next app, Calendly, makes scheduling meetings a breeze. Think about how many times you go back and forth with a client when you're trying to schedule a meeting time that fits within everybody's schedule. Well, Calendly takes out that back and forth. Calendly will sync all your current calendars and check your schedule for available meeting times. All you have to do is send your client the link for your Calendly, and they can choose a time that works best for them. Calendly will then alert you to let you know that somebody has booked a meeting. You have the ability to set rules around each type of meeting in your app, such as all meetings must be booked 24 hours in advance. The time savings with Calendly will be different for everyone, but you would save at least 15 minutes per week not having to go back and forth with every single client on every single meeting. You probably would save more. Social media is a topic that we've hit on in the last few webinars. It can be extremely time-consuming to think about posting content every single day. With a content scheduler, you can plan out your week and then sit back and relax while your scheduler posts for you. There are a handful of amazing schedulers available in the App Store, but we have found a few that we really like, and those ones are Later, Buffer, and Back at You. We've talked about Later in one of our previous social media webinars, but it is a great tool, so I had to mention it again. With Later, you can schedule up to 1 month's worth of content at a time for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. The best thing about this platform is the visual layout. For Instagram, you can see exactly what the page will look like and move your posts around so that the schedule looks perfect. Later will also post anything that you schedule automatically without you having to lift a finger. When you sign up for Later, they will also add you to their email list. I know email lists can be annoying, but Later sends out some really good tips and tricks on how to make your social media pages more successful. They also send out information on the latest social media trends and technology. If you're interested in social media at all, these emails are extremely valuable. Buffer is another social media scheduler that is very popular. With Buffer, you can schedule 10 days of content in advance, and it will auto-post anything you schedule so you don't have to think about it. As far as schedulers go, Buffer is not as aesthetically pleasing as Later, but it does have one very powerful tool, and that's the Chrome plugin. This is great if you like to share articles or images straight from the internet with your followers. With this plugin, you can share anything you find on the internet with the click of a button, almost the same way that you would favorite it on your own internet browser. Back at You is another platform that we've talked about a lot in previous webinars, so I won't go super into detail on this one. If you aren't using Sutton Social, which is hosted by Back at You Media, then you're missing out on 2 to 3 posts Sutton will create and schedule for you every week. That takes a large chunk of your social media work away from you. The feature that I want to focus on for the purpose of this webinar, though, is the listings posts. With Back at You, you can link your MLS feed into your account, making creating listing posts a breeze. All you have to do is select Create Listing Post, choose the listing, and format your caption. Depending on how often you post on social media, a scheduler can save you between half an hour and 3 hours per week. All of these apps are great for social media and they will save you time in the long run, but you don't need to use all three. Pick one or two that work best for your business. Moving away from social media now, we're going to look at an app called ScanBot. This is a mobile app, so you can't download it on your computer. ScanBot is really cool because it lets you scan documents into your phone and save them as PDFs or JPEGs. You can send these professionally looking scanned documents to whoever needs them through email or even through adding a fax number. This app is perfect when you're away from the office, but you need to send a paper document in PDF form. To use it, hold your phone's camera over the document, and then the phone will detect the document, scan it, and crop out anything that's extra, such as the countertop. You can then title it and save it in your phone. From there, you can send it off and no one will know that it came from your phone. The time savings on this app will be different for everyone. If you need to scan a document and your office is in the direction of rush hour, ScanBot could save you 40 minutes on just that one document. For the purpose of this webinar, we'll say that it will save you an average of 30 minutes per week. Passwords keep your information safe online, but they can also cause us a lot of frustration, especially if you have a different password for everything. Studies have shown that we spend 12 minutes of every single week entering passwords. That ends up equaling to 11 hours every single year. But not only that, studies have also shown that we spend 11 hours per year resetting our passwords because we can't remember what they are. That means that every single year, we are wasting almost a full day on passwords. Dashlane is a secure password-saving app that will save you 21 hours a year based off of that information. With Dashlane, you can save your usernames and passwords for every single website. There's a Chrome plugin that will allow Dashlane to autofill your username and password into any website. The plugin will also recognize when you change your password and it will ask if you want to save the new one over the old one. It has a password sharing feature that is easy to use and very secure way of sharing passwords if you need to share them with other people. You shouldn't share passwords very often, but there is the odd occasion where you have more than one person working on, say, later, and you all need the password. You can easily share it using Dashlane. Now that I've shown you all the apps you can use to save time, let's add up what your actual time savings would be. With a voice assistant, you're saving at least 24 minutes every year. Calendly is going to save you another 13 hours. Adding a social media scheduler to your apps will save you 26 hours per year if you're only saving half an hour a week, which I think most of you will fall into that category. ScanBot, that one will save you 26 hours every year, and by adding Dashlane, you're saving another 21 hours per year. Together, all of these apps are saving you a minimum of 86 hours and 24 minutes every single year. That's equivalent to 2 full work weeks. To put that into monetary terms, if you average $20 per work hour, that's $1,724.80 that you're saving every single year. That's pretty amazing for just downloading a few apps. Thank you for tuning into the Sutton Group Realty Services webinar. We hope that you'll try out some of these apps or find other ones that work for you. All of the apps mentioned in today's webinar have both a free and paid membership, so you can choose which one's right for you. Keep an eye out for the follow-up email that will include all the services listed in this webinar and a link to a feedback survey. We hope to see you next month for another webinar. Thanks again!